Welcome to another tutorial on MATLAB. In this tutorial series, we are looking into the concept related to Simulink. And in the previous tutorial, we have seen that we can implement a lookup table which is of one dimension inside a real world scenario. And with the help of that, we did limit the current for the device based on the temperature. In this case, we will be using a 2D lookup table applying the same problem to the same problem. And here we are now considering the temperature of the environment as well, along with the SOC of the cell. So suppose I have a different parameter which represents the state of charge for the cell. Along with that, if you are taking the temperature into consideration, then how based on these two quantities you can determine the current limit. So that way you can use a lookup table to determine the same. And it is also important to consider multiple factors while determining any lookup table or applying it in a real scenario. So you can consider many factors that will come to your mind. Based on the dimensionality, your inputs will also change, and you will get the lookup table done. And with that, you can determine whatever the parameters that you want to determine. So this is just an example which we can take, and with the help of this, let's get started and do the creation of the model. So if you see here, so what we have is the lookup table on the left hand side, and here we can see this is the x-axis, which is all the temperatures, and this is maybe this is the SOCs. So x-axis will be the SOC, and this is all the temperatures. Okay, so based on this, we will be also seeing, like on the Excel sheet, how the things are mapped in the table, and we will just get a feel like how this lookup table is working. Let's save this model and let's start to create it from the scratch. Yeah, so we can drag a lookup table block from the Simulink library and create a simple model. And you can consider over here, if you see, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and the z-axis will be loaded here. So this is the z-axis, and we will also see like how the table looks like based on the x, y, and z. So here we are setting up all the points related to the x-axis. So basically the SOCs at a range of 0 to 100% in the interval of 10. And here we are setting the temperatures like -40 to 60 degrees C, and we will be also seeing like how these data are getting created. And basically this is the grid which contains both the x and y output, and that will give a two-dimensional output. So at the end we will be just opening the model and do the simulation. Yeah, so this is the part, and so let's simulate the model now, like script now. So this is the model which we have. So this one you can get it from the Simulink library, and here we are connecting 20 as the SOC. So this is the SOC, and this is the temperature. Suppose we are at 0 degrees Celsius and we are having a 20% SOC, then what should be my current limit? So let's see this thing in implementation. So we can drag this model now, and suppose you want to see the data side by side, like how this things work. Yeah, once we did the click on the run button, so here this is the points which you are able to see here. The breakpoint 1 is the SOC, breakpoint 2 is the temperature, and the data also you are able to see here. You can change the dimensionality also, and here you can see all the algorithms that you have. And with this we will just give the inputs and verify whether the lookup table is working fine or not. So we are given SOC as 20 percentage, and we will give the temperature as 0 degree. So yeah, so let's color code it so that you will be able to locate the point. The SOC is 20, the temperature is 0 degree C. So at that moment we will just highlight the 0th degree C column and the 20% SOC. We are expecting to get 5 where as the point of crossing is 5 over here, the current limit should be 5. So let's do the simulation and check whether we are getting the value of 5 or not. Okay, we are getting the value of 5, and suppose I want to now increase the value of temperature gradually. Like I'm giving an intermediate value now between 10 and 0, like 2, and based on that, if I just try to simulate the model, at that moment my output should be in between 5 and 10, right? So let's click on the simulation button. So it is 6. In this case, it is in between 5 and 10. So that is how you are managing. Now let's increase it to further and see whether the values are increasing or not. So now it is 7. Still it is in between 5 and 10 because we are not crossing the temperature of 10. So at that moment, yeah, we are doing this. So let's now set the temperature to 10 and see whether we are getting the output or not. So now the limit is 10. Now, if we further increase the value of SOC, then we will see changes. But as per the table, you are able to see the value is not that changing over time. It will be 5 always most of the time. And yeah, if as we have set the temperature to 10, so it is always 10 because of the table. So yeah, this is how we can try different variations and verify our lookup table is working fine or not. And that's how you can correlate into a table exactly and the lookup table. This is all about the 2D lookup table implementation. The same way you can also do the 3D and 4D lookup table that we are not going to cover in this particular tutorial series. Maybe in future videos we will do that. But yeah, this is all about how you can interpret things in the lookup table based on any real scenario. So in case you are liking the channel, please consider subscribing. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. It will help us a lot while clarifying your queries. And yeah, happy learning MATLAB. Stay connected. Thank you.